invite the first address, the welcome address by Ms. Shweta Shalini, our Chief Evangelist at Billennium Divas. She's a political and social visionary who has gained a prominent position in the society due to her exemplary work. And with the dynamic leadership, she has brought about much desired social reforms through initiatives to empower individuals to become the backbone of enterprising India. She's a unique blend of being a technocrat and a politician. Shweta Shalini Ji personifies the strength of a woman. She's an ardent proponent of Hindu Tattva and Hinduism as a way of life. Her race to prominence in such a short span can be attributed to her tech savviness, tenacity, competence, conviction, decisiveness, and leadership quality. She's also doing major work in the rural area transformation. The village transformation, country with rich farmers will be a rich country, that is what she quotes. Shweta Shalini is passionate about bringing grassroots level and sustainable change to spearhead growth. Her efforts were noticed as she was included in this mission. Mission 2 is driven by the vision of transforming the 1,000 least developed villages in Maharashtra into model villages by converging development efforts of the government and corporate partners to make villages self-sustainable and residents self-motivated. She has won numerous awards and recognitions for her exemplary work. And with that, I'll invite her to the podium. Could we have a huge round of applause for her? Thank you.
Apurva ji, this place is like home to me. But surprisingly, every time that I come here, my introduction, thank you. My introduction, they kind of vary. I thought jaldi khatam ho jayega to mujhe jaldi mic mil jayegi, lekin Rima ji, thank you so much. Bhavesh ji, thank you so much. It is Apurva ji, this is the first time that you are on our stage, so I have to tell you that this is a full-blown women empowerment initiative which is run by a man. And we take huge pride in saying this every time because I'm sure Bhavesh Kothari inspires all the other men in the country to make sure that they walk besides and become the reason for every woman that excel in the country. आज मैं कुछ अलग बात करने वाली हूँ. Every time a lot of known faces I can see here and I talk about women entrepreneurs, etc. But this time, the theme of the program in itself talks a lot. It says, break free and be the power. What exactly does this mean? हमारे देश में हमने बहुत ज़्यादा startups के बारे में बात की. And the numbers say so. In 2014, there were just about 350 startups in the country. Today, we can boast of 1,17,257 startups in the country. And that is the journey of India. Also, for the first time in the last 10 years, India has seen what we call as the Chief Innovation Officer. Now, the Chief Innovation Officer ensures that there is innovation happening at the grassroots level, which is when the child is studying, जब आप यूनिवर्सिटी में हैं, जब आप अपने कॉलेज में हैं, तब जब आपको सीड आइडिया आता है, तब आपके पास ऐसा मेंटोर होना चाहिए जो आपको सही दिशा दिखाएगा ताकि आप देश निर्माण के लिए कोई ऐसा कदम उठा सकते हैं या कोई ऐसा वेंचर खोल सकते हैं जिससे आपको तो फायदा होगा ही, परंतु देश को भी फायदा होगा. And that is the reason why India for the first time had the Chief Innovation Officer. What that did to the country is the number of patents and the innovation index has risen. But having said that, the key here when we say break free, and especially for women entrepreneurs, is कि अब वो समय है जब हम स्टार्टअप छोड़ के स्केल अप की बात करें. Because yes, we are aiming at starting up, and government is doing whatever it may be possible to ensure that there is an entrepreneur in every family, because eventually we want to invest in 1 million startups that should come from India itself, and all of them aimed for solutions driven for India, by India and by Indian students. और इस बात में मैं अक्सर याद करती हूँ कि आज तक का अपूर्वा जी, one of the best pitch sessions that I have seen, sir, is मैं IIT कानपुर के पिच सेशन में बैठी थी और वहाँ पर एक बच्चे ने, IIT कानपुर के एक इंजीनियर ने खड़े होकर बोला कि मेरी माँ घर काम करती थी और एक बार मैं जब बहुत छोटा था तो बीमार पड़ गया और इस कारण मेरी माँ को छुट्टी लेना पड़ा, तो उनके मालकिन ने उनको काम से निकाल दिया. And when she rejoined work, she could not get work. Or just for the time being, she joined these events that happened. ये जो शादियां होती है ना, यहाँ पे बहुत बर्तन धोने होते हैं, तो उन्होंने वहाँ पर बर्तन धोने की शुरुआत की और फिर उन्हें पता चला कि ये कम समय का काम है, ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्किंग काम है, बहुत कम लोग यहाँ आते हैं, काम मिलता भी सीजनल है, लेकिन पैसे अच्छे हैं. इसलिए ज़िंदगी भर उसके बाद उन्होंने शादियों में बर्तन ही धोया और बर्तन धो धो कर उन्होंने मुझे IIT कानपुर पहुंचाया है. इसीलिए आज का मेरा इनोवेशन इज अ डिश वॉशर that can be used in marriages in Uttar Pradesh so that mothers like me don't have to have rough hands. This is the real India. This is the aspirational India. And it is definitely driven by some mother somewhere, some woman somewhere. But अब हमें इस startup thought process को scale up thought process पे लेके जाना है. क्योंकि अब जब हम भारत के लिए सोच रहे हैं, अब जब हम भारत के लिए इनोवेट कर रहे हैं, तो आपको यह पता होना चाहिए कि दुनिया भर के लोग आज भारत के तरफ इसीलिए देख रहे हैं क्योंकि आज भारत इस विश्व का सबसे बड़ा मार्केट है. And if this is the market that the entire world is looking at, then why should our entrepreneurs not look at this market? Why are we not scaling up? Why don't we realize that we need a different skill set to start up and a different skill set to scale up? Why is it that we do not find co-founders who can clone the efforts that we ourselves do? क्यों हम स्केल अप मेंटालिटी पे नहीं रहते हैं जहां पर हम ये सोच सकें कि हम भी फ्रेंचाइजीज बना सकते हैं? क्यों हम केवल मात्र एलियन प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक फेसबुक या सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स को यूज करते हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट करने के लिए ताकि हमें पीपीसी पे पर क्लिक बहुत ज्यादा पे करना पड़े? एंड टुडे वी आर extremely lucky to be sitting under the roof of a place जिसने, मैं अक्सर आशीष चौहान जी को ये बात कहती हूँ कि बहुत लोगों ने इस देश से कमाया है, बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस देश में लोगों को कमवाया है, बट ये एकमात्र ऐसा स्थान है जिसने इस देश की आम जनता को, मिडिल क्लास को मिलियनेयर बनाया है. Because everybody who is invested in stocks, everybody who is invested and trusted in the in the networks of either NSC or BSc has seen growth. And why have they seen growth? Because anything today that is listed on NSC or listed on BSc, even in the small cap index or maybe in the SME index, ये सब ऐसी कंपनीज हैं जो स्केल अप हो सकती हैं और उनके पीछे एक पूरा साइंटिफिक रिसर्च किया जाता है कि क्यों ये कंपनीज करेक्ट मार्केट सेगमेंट में हैं, इनके पीछे करेक्ट लोग हैं, क्यों इन लोगों के ऊपर पैसा लगाया जा सकता है, क्योंकि इनके साथ करेक्ट स्किल सेट है, बिकॉज दे हैव द राइट प्रोसेसेस एंड बिकॉज दे आर नॉट फियरफुल ऑफ फेलियर. और इसीलिए platforms like these are successful. Platforms of any kind, communities of any kind will be successful here on. Please understand this. Because बहुत सालों बाद, अब ग्रहों का संकलन तो अक्सर बैठ जाता है, लेकिन बहुत सालों बाद एक ऐसी संकल्पना तैयार हुई है भारत के लिए जहां पे इफ यू एक्चुअली लुक एट इट, नेतृत्व सही है, द ग्लोबल आउटलुक इज राइट, द पीपल आर एक्सट्रीमली मोटिवेटेड, एंड आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी. Look at the youth of the country. Look at our young 17, 18-year-old Indian cricket team. When they walk up to the pitch, you already know they are fighting to win. Look at the new 20, 21-year-olds who are becoming entrepreneurs with seed ideas. They have this fire in the belly. Look at the tier 2 city and tier 3 city content creators. And you will realize what amazing content they are making. Look at various platforms and you will see what kind of talent India has today. We are just ready to break free. And इसमें यदि किसी का लाइन शेयर कंट्रीब्यूशन होने वाला है तो वो महिलाओं का होने वाला है. मैं गांव में जाती हूं and everywhere one of the most motivated people that I see are young girls. Because these young girls want to do it for their community, for their family, for themselves, for their own mothers, whom they have seen not achieving much, but giving everything to the family. And that, with that fire in their belly, they are approaching the opportunities of today's India. And hence, I firmly believe that future is feminine. I firmly believe that it is women that are going to not only write India's future, but India will rise to become the next superpower on the shoulders of women. But we need to ensure that women entrepreneurs also have a large share in it. Women as mothers, women as sisters, women as support systems, women as caretakers are definitely going to have a large share. कोविड के समय में अगर किसी ने स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखा होगा तो 98% of the caretakers were women. बट किसी ने स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखा होगा तो उसको ये भी पता चलेगा कि कोविड के समय में यदि एक स्मार्टफोन पे घर के बच्चे पढ़ते थे तो वो एक स्मार्टफोन लड़के को मिलता था, लड़की को नहीं. सो इफ किसी ने स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखा होगा तो ये भी समझ में आएगा कि कोविड के समय में जब ये देखा गया कि फंड्स हैड टू बी डायरेक्टेड टुवर्ड्स द वैक्सीनेशन प्रोसेस और द फायर फाइटिंग प्रोसेस अगेंस्ट कोविड, तो सबसे ज्यादा मात अगर किसी ने खाई तो विमेन एंड चाइल्ड स्कीम्स ने खाई. And hence, I always say this, the most underprivileged caste of the society across the globe is women. So we need to understand this And if there is something that we need to do it first for women. But having said that, please understand that ये काम भी हमें खुद ही करना पड़ेगा. मैं अक्सर ये बात कहती हूँ, स्टैटिस्टिक्स बताती हूँ. अपूर्व जी, मैं एक स्टैटिस्टिक्स बताती हूँ कि अगर आप सेंसस देखेंगे तो सेंसस में जेंडर गैप इतना ज़्यादा है, जेंडर बजटिंग इतना कम है. एंड इन सिंपल थिंग्स, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल से दैट women are doing a lot of work in the IT sector. But in IT sector, in the development process, there are very few women. But in the testing process, there are a whole lot of women. There are a lot of women who become doctors. But if you actually look at surgeons, there are very few. There are just 0.08% surgeons in the market today who are women. But if you look at them being gynecologists, them being pediatricians, there are about 80-85% women there. If you actually look at how many people are orthopedic surgeons as women, there are just 2% orthopedic surgeons. Why? Why are we not choosing these fields? Why are we being shy? हम women entrepreneur के forum में बैठे हैं और हर बार मैं ये याद दिलाती हूँ कि जिन VCs से हम पैसे मांगने जाते हैं, इन VCs पे there are just about 4% women sitting on VCs as investors. How many women are doing MBAs? Then why are we not choosing to become financial advisors? We manage our finances, our home finances. Today, women are managing state finances. Today, women are managing country finances. Today, the finance minister of India is a woman. Then why don't we have more women in the VC culture? And that's one of the most critical things. Yes, I've said this often and I'll say it again. There are 11% women in the parliament. But the fact remains that we still have 14 lakh women today who are somewhere in the Panchayat Raj because of 50% reservation, the corporations, 50% reservations, the IAS, the state services, 14 lakh women are there. So they are policymakers. All we need to do is to claim the seat. We are getting the seat. Now we need to claim the seat. And that is most important, that we know our game well. And that is why, thank you, Apurva ji, it was extremely critical for under this theme and under this topic for you to come here, because I firmly believe that women, if they have to up their game, they need to be competent, they need to know their game well, and they need to be extremely confident in what they are doing. And one of the most important things there is skill. Because if you do not know your game well, it's as difficult for men to survive. Trust me on this. Ask the men in the room. So, let's not make it the man versus woman world. Let's all just remember that talent has no gender. But most importantly, women also need to understand that gender is not a talent. And hence, we need to ensure that our talent comes from competency, from skill sets. It's good to talk about how my hair looks, what sari I wear, which lipstick I use. It's fine, we are women. We can do that. I always say this, we have high heels, high standards, and we keep our head high. But that does not mean that when we walk up to the podium or sit on the stage. That's the only thing that we bring to the table. We need to bring our talent, our competencies, and our knowledge on the table. And trust me, you need to add up with all of this with hard work, because nothing succeeds. There is absolutely no replacement to hard work. While you sleep, I travel. While you are resting, I'm exercising. When you are worrying, I'm meditating. When you are failing, I'm learning. When you are upset, when you have mood swings, when you think you can't do it, I get up in the morning and tell myself every single day that if I can't do it, nobody else can. With this, thank you so much, Bhavesh ji, for having me here. Thank you so much for doing what you do. This cannot finish without the mention of Meenal, जिसका नाम कभी नहीं आता है. But like all women, she exists and she is the power. Thank you so much.